Ain't it foggy outside? All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Wow, he pulled a gunk there.
A gaijin.
Our producer and co-host,
Double J cup joke.
El Hilo Del Hack, Tyler Fullington, and the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman Hack. How the hell's it going today?
I have a problem today.
What's your problem,
And it's our soccer team.
The U.S. men's team.
Wow. We're talking about literally shitting the bed.
I mean, worse than my intro.
Wow.
Geez, there.
It was worse than your intro, believe it or not, if that's
It was
possible.
so bad.
It's like just the second that game started, and I was talking to my roommate before because he's a big soccer guy.
Shot on goal, 30 seconds.
But like they sat a couple of their best players in that game to start that game, and I was like, why are they sitting some of their best players?
Then they put them in the second half.
Because they knew they had Spain coming up, and they didn't really value the U.S. soccer team. And we just put out a pathetic effort in that game. We just got destroyed in that game. And it's like you see the talent disparity there is where the biggest thing to look at is where these players play. And our guys are not playing in the big four leagues. They're not playing over in the Bundesliga.
But we have some.
We have a few.
Which is why we took a step up.
Right.
Now. Like, we've actually had... Like, before, we didn't have any guys playing in, like, the Premier League or La Liga or anything like that. But now we actually... Like, it was just, like, Pulisic.
We have a handful of guys.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Well, and there's a reason why. And I get more of my soccer stuff from not watching like ESPN guys. I watch like a BBC News because our sports covers it, but they don't. It's like the later side of sports. Like BBC covers it. And what the heck
we're talking about why soccer isn't.
So the guy was saying there in the United States, if you want a kid to be good at soccer, it's minimum 10 G's a year.
Yeah.
With all the traveling and all the bullshit.
It's the club fees.
All those clubs, they pay for everything if they like your kid when he's young. And they said it's the 5 to 12-year-old that you have to have them then.
And the overseas... Because I saw a very similar thing. I was looking on Twitter and like reading the news and stuff like that. Overseas, now if you produce a kid over there, like from your club, once he signs a deal, the club gets a percentage, a kickback from that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so they get a.
So they're invested in you as you're as invested as them kind of deal. It's kind of like college,
right? So they're pumping money back into the clubs and everything like that, which doesn't happen here in the U.S. And you still got to pay like the club fees for travel. They said it was like at least like $5,000 or something to like get into these things. It's like who's paying $5,000 to have your
the other big
it's like it should be the cheapest fucking sport there is. You need fucking a pair.
What's your equipment? I can see hockey costing a lot. You got to get all this shit. But soccer, all you need is some cleats and
all our best athletes are in the hood.
And some shin pads.
Yeah, so I think the other thing too is that youth sports here and kids playing sports, and especially when they get talented, soccer is probably one of the sports that gets thrown to the wayside. Where if you're a really good athlete, you're focusing on your travel baseball, your travel basketball, your football. Those sports here in the U.S. and soccer may be the sport that gets discarded.
Every country in Europe doesn't give a damn about baseball and American football.
They're not playing those at all.
Yeah, they're not playing them at all.
Soccer.
If Russell Westbrook grew up playing soccer, he'd be the best soccer player on the planet.
Right. So our best athletes
LeBron,
are not getting involved in soccer culturally. It just hasn't happened. And we've been waiting, and we've made some like small improvements where you're like, oh, look, they're doing all right. But when you really look at it, it's like, well, we lost the Turkey game, and the two teams that we beat were kind of, garbage. And
we improved.
It's a slight improvement.
No, we didn't improve. We've lost 4 times in that round out of the last 5 cups.
Right.
4 out of the last 5. We have not improved.
Right.
No,
and it's been
we've never made it to that round.
Yes, we have.
Yes,
Yes,
4
we
out
have.
of the last 5 we've lost in this round.
Yeah, we've made it to this round before.
Multiples.
Yeah, we have. And it's
Our last group stage victory was in like 2001.
Dude, I'm pretty sure they said that we have been to that stage 4 out of the last 5
victory,
cups.
but if you got
I'm not saying winning the group. I'm saying our last World Cup group stage victory, beating somebody, was like 2001. We never made it to the round of 32 didn't exist until
this year.
Yeah, this year.
This was there was an
Because
additional.
there was so many more teams.
Well, they added an additional.
This was the
212 teams.
This was the biggest World Cup there's ever been.
212 teams. I'm pretty sure.
It was 48.
It was 48. But what
That
they
started it to get it to the
But
World
what
Cup.
they did is they added,
that's what it
if
was.
you were a third place finish and one of the 6 best thirds, you advanced as well.
So it's kind of like baseball adding another round.
Yes,
like
for
yeah,
television,
yeah.
for just to add some more people in there. So, and also if you're a host nation, you tend to get a favorable group.
So maybe we're losing in that round, but that round's really not what the round
It's
is.
not that same round that it used to be.
Yes.
All right.
So it's
right.
we're just not a soccer nation. We're not a football nation.
No, but hopefully this.
No, you can't say they said that in 1980. They said it would be a hand, fucking took off her bra or whatever. Instead of
Brandy Chastain in
They've
99.
been saying it my whole life about this, about almost my whole life with this. When you were a kid, dude, it just ain't ever going to happen here, ever.
I mean, you would think because we're
not.
we're one of the most populous nations on earth, and we're also a nation that has every culture in it, and those are a lot of cultures.
They're all in the hood and they can't afford to go play soccer.
Yes.
If those kids
but-
grew up playing soccer, we would be fucking smoking
Unbelievable.
everybody.
But
Oh my God, can you imagine just the defensive backs that play in the NFL? What they could do on a soccer field.
yeah, I mean, well, it's
They would be Deion Sanders on a soccer field.
Imagine Tyrese Maxey running around.
yeah. I mean, it's just and look, the World Cup has been fantastic. Some of these games have been just
It's still
absolutely-
good. It was nice watching France today. They, like you said, they took Mbappe out like freaking 10 minutes into the second half
really,
or whatever.
to rest them.
But yeah, they were only up 2-0. They're like, what they didn't think
Morocco.
Morocco didn't have a chance to win. They said they were missing their 2 best scorers. Or
No, but
something.
I've heard that a lot of people saying that this has been the best World Cup game wise. I mean, dude, think about all the games that have.
Oh,
been
the
phenomenal.
Argentina game with
Yeah, a
Egypt
couple
was
upsets.
insane. I mean, that game was nuts.
What was it? Argentina, Cape Verde.
That game was great
The
too.
goalie from Cape Verde gained 20 million Instagram followers. He's a legend on the island now.
good for
Literally,
him.
Yeah.
literally, he's an overnight legend on that thing. He's got a mural 200 yards long on his fucking thing already.
That's dude. That's the way the world is now. Like the San Antonio dude with the dude at Kunk Show.
Instant.
The
yeah.
German dude who went to Houston or Texas that that everybody in the world.
Freddie. Freddie from Twitter.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's so weird
Overnight.
how you can become an overnight
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be gone quick too. It's
Right.
Unless you
Like the San Antonio now.
unless
Yeah.
you find another way to
Something,
capitalize again.
It's just so cool to have an event like this where literally the entire world is watching.
Dude, we went
More
down,
than anything else.
We went down
Literally
to
anything else.
Oh, for the France game. Saturday.
Yeah, for
How was that?
the France. Who was it? Paraguay. Mm-hmm. France,
was that?
Paraguay. I mean, dude, so many people.
Yeah.
We were at Xfinity Live, which is now called Stateside Live, but I'll never call it that. Just like I'll never call X or Twitter X. But dude, so many people, just a cultural vibe. There was just energy down there. You know what I'm saying? You just being around all that people. I had to. You never the World Cup. I'll probably never be alive when World Cup's gonna be in Philly again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't go into I didn't go into the game.
I don't know.
but,
Everybody loves it here.
Well, you never. Well, hopefully they stay here and have some kids so we can have some goddamn good soccer players.
Football players.
Yeah,
Dude, we're never going to get good at soccer until
Ever.
the system changes,
And it's
they
never
said,
gonna change.
or something like that, or they make it cheaper, or whatever. It's never
the
gonna,
problem,
we're never
and
gonna
right
win.
now, like the problem with youth sports is like everybody's having their kids individualized.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's like,
focus on
yo,
one
you
thing
have
only.
to literally, like, dude, when we grow up, like I
You
was
played everything.
football, basketball, baseball, and I tried to like do it. Like I was playing street hockey, like, you know, with my friends, like whatever. But like football, basketball, baseball, like you played 3 sports. Like that's what you did. But like now you get to 10 years old, like parents are telling their kids like, yo, you want to do AAU basketball or like you got to focus on one. And the shit's so expensive now, like I get it. It's hard to pay for 3 different travel teams if your kid's like that good.
Well,
Like,
I have
but-
the time
and you don't
alone.
have the time. Yeah, right. And you don't have
You
the
need
time.
a mom. You need somebody that doesn't have a job. You
Yeah.
know what I
And,
mean?
and AAU basketball is like year round.
Yeah. Well,
Like through the
like
summer, like you can't play baseball if you're doing if you're putting your kid through like an AAU basketball program. Like your schedule is like the winter, like your regular basketball, and then dude, you're going right into spring AAU, summer AAU, fall. Like you don't have time to do anything else.
No, and I mean, look, it's just been a great tournament to watch altogether, though. Even
Oh,
though
it's
the
been
US,
awesome, dude. I love
you
it.
know, even though the U.S. didn't advance, it's still been fantastic to watch, and it's really been an awesome event.
And
So,
the big
I feel like
stars.
I got suckered in again.
oh, you got suckered in? I didn't believe in him at all. I did not believe in him.
Listen, I thought they would put a better performance. They literally peed down their leg.
Oh yeah, that's a great way to
Well,
put it.
the
honestly.
line told me that I should be invested in it.
Yeah, they weren't that. Yeah,
They weren't that bad. I don't think the U.S. was as bad as they put on.
They should have lost like 5.
Well, they lost. They did lose 5-1 the last time we played them. So
Yeah.
5-2
I think-
maybe the last time we played them. They said.
Belgium was going to be tough regardless. I thought it was probably going to be like a 2-1-ish game, like a 1-goal game. Like, Belgium's tough. But the way they played, we were getting beat off every ball. Like,
Pulisic
we
had,
just
had
looked
12 turnovers
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Well,
first
he also
half.
broke his leg. That came out
He
today.
did. No,
he
but
didn't.
that was
in the
late.
second
That was
half.
after that.
No,
Yeah,
I
that
know he was
after
playing
that.
poorly, but he broke his
What,
leg in there.
fibula or something?
Yeah.
He had a bone
yeah.
bruise and a slight fracture, something or
So-
other.
I thought he was working it just to get off the pitch because he was playing
No,
so
you can
bad.
tell
No,
he
no,
right
he was
now.
legitimately
I
hurt.
was
You could tell
watching him limp.
But
They
no.
all limp.
No, but if
Dude, that's another thing too.
Their selling
The
is great.
flopping?
Yeah, they're selling.
Dude, don't even. The NBA is almost just as equal to this.
It doesn't go over well in the U.S. The
But it's-
flopping
the
shit
flop-
because you
yeah.
can tell people are starting to get pissed about the NBA people flopping. Decide like when you have American football, which has gotten like extremely pussy too, but at least they don't like flop. But like the flopping doesn't play in the U.S. Like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Why
that
don't-
shit
dude,
doesn't play.
Well, now with like slow mo replay too, it's like you can straight up see that the guy didn't.
I know the
touch
guy's like
it.
holding his eyeball. It's like you
know what I mean?
literally.
That guy should get a yellow card for such a flop.
They're great at-
Dude, I don't understand how they think one guy is out there controlling this whole place. He has his back to 3/4 of the freaking pitch the whole time. Guys like hacking at each other, chopping at each other. I don't think. Why is it there two officials?
I
Well,
don't
they're
know.
sideline officials.
Yeah, I know, but those guys don't call shit.
They only call offside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the only thing they're there for
They
is
know where
the
the
offside,
ball's
yeah.
going and all that. So, who kicked it out last?
We might
or
not
whatever.
be. May not know enough about.
I think
So-
I think some pro wrestlers should study some tape of some football players for some selling advice here, because some of these soccer guys, they do some
Well,
good
no, they
sells.
sell like Io sells her leg.
Yeah, fine. Get up and run. Get up and
The ball starts rolling to you. You're fine in a second.
And then a pass comes, boom, she's
That's
gone.
we're gonna have to call that a soccer sell on the show.
And
Soccer sell.
then the pass goes by you out of bounds and you fall again and start grabbing your knee.
We had some big events this week in wrestling world. We had 2 world titles change hands for the respective companies. CM Punk came back to WWE. And,
Disgusting.
And he won the WWE title from Sami Zayn.
Did you not even know this, Hack?
We're breaking news to you?
Yeah.
You didn't
Well,
see
we
this?
knew he was a transition guy, but we didn't know it was going to be the Punk. Nobody mentioned Punk ever.
Well, there was some talks of Punk being at that.
us.
I
remember
heard
we were
some
talking
rumblings.
last week how Gunk said that Cody won a match against Jey Uso to face Sammy, right? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember.
And we were
that.
like, are they going to put it back on Cody to... Because we knew Punk was coming back.
so was that their whole
to
plan?
do Cody Punk at SummerSlam. That's what kind of I thought something was going to happen. But then Monday Night Raw, I didn't see Monday Night Raw. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so Gunther jumped Cody backstage, and Cody was not
Cody
clear.
was supposed to face Sammy for the title.
Cody was not cleared by the doctors to work the match, right, as the storyline. So then they get a replacement for him, and then the main event comes, Sammy's in the ring, and Punk is shown in the garage.
In Chicago, hometown.
In Chicago. Huge reaction. They have a great match. Went 20 minutes about.
Because Chicago's his hometown.
Yes. So he got a great reaction, and he beat Sammy clean for the belt. So he wins the title.
So if you believe that, then how far back does it go to them thinking that this was the ending?
I think probably a couple weeks, I would say, that they had this in their head.
Did it all start when Sammy was the Monday night referee for that match?
I think
did it all start there?
Yeah.
Do you think they knew that it was going to end in Punk?
Yes. I think they did that.
How long has Punk been advertised for that Monday night?
He was not advertised for the show. I don't think so.
He was. They said
he was advertised?
Yeah, he was advertised as because it was in Chicago.
He was surprised though. I don't think he was advertised.
He wasn't. He was a surprise as far as showing up for the match, but he was advertised as coming back to Raw for Chicago.
I don't believe he was. I think he was unadvertised for the show.
Yeah.
I'd have to check. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. But as far as Punk being the champion, then it seems to set up, and we'll see what happens on SmackDown, because this is the SmackDown title on Raw, so that's a little weird. But we'll see what happens. If it's going to be Punk and Cody for the belt, or is it going to be a four-way? I don't know what they're going to do. If it's Punk and Cody, that doesn't make a ton of sense to me, because Cody ate the pin to Sammy, so he lost clean. And even though he didn't get the chance here because of Gunther, I don't know where they're going with it.
Well, so is his first defense going to be at freaking
SummerSlam?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but Cody never got his rematch clause, so...
Right, and he did earn that opportunity by beating Jay for the title shot, so he's technically owed one or something.
So can anybody in their right minds book him to lose that match?
Who, Sammy?
No.
Punk?
Yeah, at WrestleMania,
Or at SummerSlam?
Could anybody possibly? Could that? I mean, anybody's does a false finish work in that match to you?
Wait, so
Does anybody think
hold
that
on.
Punk's going to lose his first match back at WrestleMania?
Oh, it's at SummerSlam.
I mean, it's SummerSlam.
It's not advertised, right? The whatever that belt is not advertised. There's no match advertised.
It's not
right?
yet. They don't have that set yet.
Well,
for
Cody has a rematch clause he's got to get. Sammy has a rematch clause now that he's got to get.
Gunther also wants Cody. So if a four-way makes a lot of sense to me.
No, they can't do that. Dude, Gunther should not be a part of that at all.
But he attacked Cody, so Cody's got the issue with him.
Yeah, but where does Gunther and Punk come in?
Yeah, but Gunther doesn't deserve
Where
a
does
title.
Punk come in at all?
Because he wins the belt.
Because he's the belt. He's
Yeah,
the champ.
I know, but I
But
to me, that's out of nowhere.
It is.
Cody got his rematch taken away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then Sammy lost the belt, so he also has a rematch. So there's two guys that deserve a rematch. Just because Gunther took out Cody, that doesn't mean...
Oh, no, I agree with what I'm saying, but I think his shot should go out the window if the guy happened to lose the belt to somebody else in the meantime.
No, but you immediately get that's like the clause.
I don't know what they're going to do.
So then, think about so does Sammy have precedence over who gets the shot? Was that the point that you
Maybe they make it a three-way.
See, I'm thinking like Cody, Sammy, Punk. Because they both have their rematch clause up in the
with the Gunther running.
It's gonna be dude. Gunther special guest referee.
Oh God. There you go. I mean, look, we'll see how this
And now
unfolds.
does Obi have anything?
No.
I know, but I'm just saying. Did they come up with the idea for Obi to not have that, and then did they decide to put it on Punk?
I'm not sure.
Wait, so
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. And we'll see what happens with this as it goes on.
What did you think of Punk winning?
Oh, I mean, look, Punk is somebody who doesn't need the belt, but I think if you go with Punk as champion, he's got to turn heel. And I don't know if it's the right time to turn him heel or if they're going to turn him heel.
And working with who?
Well, you could work him with a lot of babies.
Well, like who?
Well, I mean, you could just...
Oba's a baby.
Anybody, honestly. No, but I mean,
You're not
just
going to
saying.
put Oba against your title guy. Oba's not.
I'm saying like WrestleMania wise.
I don't know,
In
but
a year from now, I know. But
no,
what I'm just
in
saying,
April.
Punk has been back in wrestling now for about 4 or 5 years in total, counting AEW
Do you
and WWE.
think they're going to
and he has
run
now
with
been
him and Cody? Do you think they're going to run with him and Sam? Do you think they're going to run? Ollie, what do
him
you
and Sammy?
think?
You could definitely run with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Him and Sammy, you could definitely run with. Him and Cody feels like something you shouldn't do a program with.
And then does Cody and Gunther finish business at SummerSlam too?
No, that's going to keep continuing, I think. I really truly have no idea, and it's hard to predict.
It's disgusting, really.
It's well, to me, Punk is what he did was not really babyish to do that, and I know the crowd reacted to him like a baby face.
He's at home no matter what. He could have went out there and stabbed them literally.
I know,
but the
but
thing
it's
is,
not.
it's like
It's
it
not a
would
baby
pop.
thing to do, and now you're like. He's all those things he talked about previously
Yeah.
that he didn't like.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for him to lean in and become a heel now. And he's also been a baby for like 5 years since he's come back to wrestling. It makes sense for him to go heel, but I don't know if they're going to go with him as
Well,
a heel.
and Sammy, they fucked this up so bad.
Well, because Sammy's kind of like a tweener too.
Well, Sammy winning the title for the first time, everybody got behind him like that's super baby.
Right, and he's going up against another one of your babies.
and then you
Win it again.
And then you put and then you put him up against Punk in his hometown.
Stop! He's thinking about it.
Oh my God, that is worse than that. Wait a minute.
Sammy was
have a title shot, a match?
No,
No.
he never defended it.
Oh my God! So he had the belt for it literally in the ring of how long was it? 8
9
minutes?
days. He had the belt for 9 days.
Oh wait, somebody else had it for 9 days too. Check back. Didn't somebody have a belt for 9 days?
I don't know.
But Sammy was a tweener, and then he won it for the first time in his entire life.
Right.
And Kevin Owens came, his best buddy congratulated him, and Becky Lynch, everybody
There's no way that
congratulated
was
him.
booked.
Everybody in the planet was getting behind Sammy as champion, the biggest underdog story ever. Baby, baby, baby. And then you put him against Punk, coming back since how long? In his hometown, and take it away from him?
I gotta send you, Hack. I gotta send you the promo he cut backstage after the match, and he breaks down and he's crying. It's like genuine, and he's so angry at Punk, and it's an amazing promo. So I'm like, there's some money there if they do a Sammy and Punk
Oh,
feud.
I heard that his promo was great.
Oh, you heard this, but didn't hear that Punk won the belt?
Well, they might have said that. Who knows? I might have only paid half.
He
the
also
attention.
heard AEW paid $250 million for Wembley, so...
We'll get that. We'll talk about. Speaking of AEW, they had a title change last night where Kenny Omega beat MJF in the main event, and that match was also awesome.
Oh, wow.
What a match, man!
Wow, I watched it.
The pacing of that, I love the way that they gimmicked the table, and they've been.
I'm glad you knew it.
MJF's bump was fucking great.
Somebody on Twitter compared it to one that Mick
literally-
Foley took previously.
Yeah, it literally felt like they cut out like a circle.
I know. I
Yeah,
thought
like
the same
a
thing.
cartoon.
Hit
Like
this
they took
mark.
a saw out,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
and then a Looney Tune
Oh,
cutout.
man, you
Yeah.
guys saw it. And then the announcer has the balls to say, if you heard,
Reinforced?
or reinforced table.
These aren't made to break.
Well, I know, but don't bring it up if it looked that fucking
No, I
junky.
like it
It
because
felt like it folded like a tortilla.
I know. It's like his head hit or his wrist hit, the thing went boom.
I like it because they've done a lot of table bumps recently where the tables haven't broke. So when this one broke, it made it feel like extra big. And Kenny in that match, man, when he kicked out at one with
Oh
the
no,
fire
the
up.
move from the top rope.
Oh, the
What
reverse,
the
the
hell?
Dragon Rana.
Dude, that guy, I was like, oh, that was like a goal.
He took that right on his neck, and then he took a pile driver.
That.
Yeah, that,
And then what's
Holy
it? The heat
shit.
seeker
Yeah, the
or
pile
whatever?
driver.
Yeah.
Oh,
then-
the pile driver through the ropes or
Yeah.
whatever. That cell was great, dude.
Yeah, stiff
Yeah.
arm like.
yeah. I mean, Kenny is fucking amazing, and I don't know where they're gonna go.
They got me on that.
They got you on that as a
They
false?
got me on that 3, and I was like,
You
I'm
pussy.
like, man, Kenny's gonna lose.
You pussy.
They got me on that.
But it was just it was a great, and Kenny's so good at drawing the fans into a match, man. And
They were there.
they were.
Man, that crowd was there.
They were, and they were the way they reacted. It was like a big sports win. I mean, to have both WWE and AEW did this thing where you had 2 title changes on TV this week, where the reactions were huge, and the reaction last night on Dynamite was gigantic. And it looks like now you're going in the direction of Kenny and Will at Wembley for All In. I don't know if it's. I mean, again, you could mix MJF.
That
into
was
there.
a little screwy, like having to do the
Ospreay takes the ring,
with the,
but that was a great false too.
Well, I know, but I don't like Ospreay even having to be out there.
He shouldn't have been. I would rather they do something clean. But you did the pull apart earlier in the show where MJF and him.
I didn't see that.
He spit in Ospreay's face.
Oh, I did see that. They were out. Yeah, they were out back. They did everything out back, outside. All the backstage shit I saw. And then they did that crappy one where they followed the dudes from the ring.
They followed the dudes from the ring.
Three of them were in the ring, and they followed them into like catering. And then they got attacked from behind.
Andrade and then Darby and everything.
This little tiny
Darby had the exploding skateboard and stuff. But it was a tremendous Dynamite last night, and like now you're going to All In, and it's Kenny and Ospreay, and man, do they have expectations of like greatest match that you've ever seen on them, and
literally could be
and
like Okada and
I don't know how it's better than like the last one in Forbidden Door. That
I know, but they're gonna like these two guys are gonna go out there.
It's gonna be like a 50-minute match.
I think it is gonna be like 50 minutes.
First.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a 50-minute match.
I think it is, man, and especially after if their regular pay-per-views are like 5 hours, All In's gonna be stacked. So this is gonna be like I can't even imagine what this match is going to be like, man. I mean, really, like it's.
Yeah, and I gotta give a shout out to MJF.
He was tremendous in the match, man.
In that match, like, dude, he's so good.
His wrestling too. He doesn't get enough credit for his wrestling.
No, and just his ring awareness and where he's supposed to be, and like how he sets up his opponents. Like, he's never not in a position he's supposed to be in. Like, and he makes it so well known. Like, man, he's just, and not only to go along with like his mic work and everything like that, but like I just appreciate wrestlers and watching them when a move's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like watching like their positioning and their timing and like where they're supposed to be and everything like that. Like, and not only that, but for him to like do business and lose the title like 2 different times, once to Darby and then now to Omega. Like on
what's this? Is it going to be that his 4th now? If he get
that was his third. That was his third.
So if he gets it back, it'll be his fourth.
Which I think he's smart enough to go for. He's like, dude, I don't need the longest reign. I want the amount of times.
Well, because AEW's not that old either. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Ugh. And like,
he had the long run.
Well,
he had
the money doesn't change anyway.
Right. And I know like sometimes we don't like a hot potato title and like this, that, and the other, but like MJF giving the belt up 2 different times just on free TV, like doing business and the right business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the right business to do. I think the knee, I think he's going to be going away for a little bit.
You think?
I do.
Huh.
I think he's going to lose this, and I think he's going to rest that knee. He got married. He never really like got away. So I think the knee. And
you don't think he works All In?
Probably not. No.
You don't think he works?
I thought he took a little break after he lost the belt last time. I thought we didn't see him for a little while.
We didn't because he was doing
but now he's got a knee. He's got a knee.
He was doing Happy Gilmore's out again?
Yeah, Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah,
he didn't miss anything.
But I think this knee injury, I think, is probably going to give him a little time. I mean, he doesn't have anything to go to now.
Does he work Mick at All In?
Man, I think that's
too short, right?
I think you need a longer build for him.
Yeah, that's too short. If anything, I mean, you could probably go Swerve.
Swerve makes sense, but it doesn't have the issue.
What's Mick's contract?
Mick
show up
is he like a 20-shot deal, maybe something like that?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He was supposed to be.
It was his first. It was his first appearance at Dynamite last night. First time he was on television since.
I saw him in the ring.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And
I think he's going to take a powder for a minute.
Okay,
and that's fine, and that's good for him because I think MJF is so good. I think MJF is so good. He doesn't need the belt, but I also think he's the best when he has the belt. If that makes sense.
I think he's best.
That's a good point.
I think he's best when he's in the title picture.
He doesn't
for sure.
need it, but I think he's the best when he has it.
Flair don't need a belt, but he's pretty damn good when he's got it.
Yeah,
If that makes sense, like there's people that don't. There's people that don't need the belt, but there's some people that like get bumped up an extra level when they have it, and I think that's MJF.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like Mox doesn't really have a guy where he's working. I could see Mox and him at All In, but it doesn't do a
It's
whole lot
tough
for
to
me.
like jumpstart an angle in a month for that,
Right? But we'll
unless
see.
Adam Cole Bay comes back.
I haven't heard any rumblings of that.
Neither have
but
I,
yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens as they're on the road to All In, and WWE's on the road to SummerSlam here. This week on the show, Hardcore Hall of Fame. So I got to say, first off, with this one too, I didn't realize that Bam Bam doesn't have a banner at the ECW arena. So Hack, you're going to have to talk to Roger. Bam Bam Bigelow needs a banner at the arena. He was supposed to have one up for a show in 2014, but something happened and that didn't take place. But Bam Bam absolutely deserves a banner at the ECW arena. And we're covering the career here of Bam Bam Bigelow this week on the show.
Well, who does have a banner there?
Oh, a ton of people do. Ton of people.
Well, let's hear them.
I'll give you the list after the show. We got a lot of people on there. Yeah, you're on there. You got a banner, Hack. But Taz got one. Yeah, Ted Petty and the
Well,
Public
sure,
Enemy have one.
Sabu, RVD,
Sabu. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Johnny
But-
Grunge.
Yes, yeah, they got banners, but
Other people besides us too,
yes, yeah.
like Eagles guys or anything.
Eagles guys, no Eagles guys, no.
Well, I
Sorry.
know because they had their Super Bowl.
They did get the rings there, but Bam Bam Bigelow. Is there a better pro wrestler name than Bam Bam Bigelow? I mean, what a fucking! It has the alliteration. It's Bam Bam is just a great nickname.
I don't know if there's a better tattoo for a guy named Bam Bam than the flaming fucking
Oh my
shit on
God.
your fucking bald head.
You want to talk about a look of like if you told somebody to draw a picture of a pro wrestler, they might draw Bam Bam Bigelow. I mean, the look of this guy, and
And
especially
his real size.
his
His just straight real size. He was my height and he was 450.
and he's just a monster, man. I mean, just an absolute monster. Just a tremendous performer.
I
And-
like the little intro you wrote here, Tosh.
oh yeah, I got a ton of shit here, man. So
The ring gear,
so-
like the flames.
yeah,
Like, imagine a 450 dude wearing basically not a singlet, but like a one piece.
yeah, imagine also the best nickname in pro wrestling history, the Beast from the East, man. Fucking awesome nickname, dude. Just seriously, that's a great nickname.
This is all over.
I love Bam
You're
Bam.
shaped like him.
I love Bam Bam. Yeah, I wish I could, dude. Bam Bam's a legend, man.
Tosh
So-
is Beast from Southeast.
Yeah, so Bam Bam Bigelow got his start. And this act, did he ever talk to you about anything of this? So he was serving in a Mexican prison, okay, in the mid 80s, and he was
Serving time.
Yes,
Okay.
and he was because he was working as a bounty hunter. Did he ever talk to you about anything?
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, but I don't remember. it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
I know he's told me that.
He ends up going back.
I wouldn't. I didn't. But once you said it, I remembered it. But I didn't remember that until you said it.
So he ends up going back, and he ends up getting involved with wrestling at Larry Sharp's Monster Factory.
He lived in the back there.
So the Monster Factory was like the place for pro wrestlers to get started. They would advertise a lot in the magazines too. Hack, like you had awareness of the Monster Factory. As
I was
being,
there. I did a little tryout thing there a couple months before I did Joel's.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you almost started there too.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sharp just immediately saw this guy and was like, saw the dollar signs in him and was like,
Just the size alone, and he had feet. You know.
Yeah, he was nimble.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
And-
nimble big man.
And that is his agility, but also his power. I mean, could you imagine Bam Bam in today's business?
That was super unique back in the day. Like not a lot of big guys could move like he could.
No, Bam Bam would dominate today's wrestling, man. Like, absolutely dominate the business today. Like, make a shit ton of money.
Oh, are you kidding me? They think Braun Breaker's Bam Bam Bigelow.
He's not even close. Right.
But that's
He's
what they
half the
say.
size.
That's what I'm
Literally
saying. Like
half the size.
they think they're trying to make Braun Breaker Bam Bam Bigelow, and it's just like nah.
Yeah.
Or Bronson Reed.
Right.
And Bronson Reed. I mean, Bronson Reed's a pretty decent athlete for like
Good
his size,
worker.
but like Bam Bam.
Like size wise, the only guy that's really close is the guy. Who's the guy who's eating the shit now with the big beard?
Oh, Braun Strowman.
That guy's that kind of size.
But he's a little tall.
Well, yeah, he's a little taller, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter when you're 450.
Right.
And Braun's like 375 probably or something like that. But that size is just, you have no, I couldn't put my arms around him. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go at his waist and like touch my arms around the other side, dude.
That's huge.
How do you find a pair of pants that fit?
He always wore sweats and
Big and tall,
spandex.
baby. Big and tall.
So
He did have one pair of jeans though. When we would travel, he would always bring one pair of jeans with him.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
to go out somewhere if we were in Japan or wherever the hell we were.
So in August of 1985, he made his professional wrestling debut. And the interesting thing about this was the first ever wrestling show that was promoted by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman promoted a wrestling show at Studio 54 where Heyman took pictures.
What?
Yes. So
Was Bill Apter there?
I don't know if Bill Apter was there, but they gave Ric
Bill
Flair
Apter's
an
everywhere.
award at this show. And this was Bam Bam Bigelow's professional wrestling debut. And I guess Paul knew right away that this guy was going to be something in the business and built up an event at Studio 54.
We got to find out more about that show.
Had Ric Flair make an appearance, gave him like...
Is that right?
Yeah.
What year is this?
1985. So this is
Okay.
85. And it was the first thing Paul Heyman ever booked in pro wrestling. And then from there, Bam Bam goes down to Memphis. And he was feuding with Jerry Lawler. So he gets his start really down in Memphis. And
So anybody who's anybody
Just-
goes and works with Jerry
you
Lawler.
gotta work
apparently.
with Memphis.
And Memphis was still hot. It was
Cooling.
still hot then. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was cooling a little
a
bit,
thriving
but-
territory still.
Right, it was, and this is still the territory time period that
Yes.
Bam Bam is getting his feet wet in the business, and he's developing a rep down there in Memphis, and from there he goes to Texas.
Was he okay? Sorry. Was he always Bam Bam Bigelow?
No, so he was known as Crusher. What was his last
Khrushchev?
No, Yurkov, I think was his name. Crusher Yurkov. Think about
That's
that.
a rib. That's a rib.
No, he was made to be a Russian, right? In Texas.
So that's why he's Yurkov.
Yeah,
That's
Yurkov.
freaking great.
It's a soft J.
Yeah, it's and he's getting a reputation, and he wins the Wrestling Observer newsletter Rookie of the Year, and people are already starting to talk him up. So then he begins working in New Japan. So think about this: you've been in the business for a hot second, and New Japan, Antonio Onishi recognizes that you can draw money with this guy, and he brings him into Japan. He's not
and he's
even
probably better there than he was in America then, because, well, like he's obviously, like, yes, he's with Lawler and stuff like that, and he's learning, but he's still real young. But when you're over in Japan, you're not. A lot of those guys aren't even talking a lot of English. You know what I mean? You're going in there and you're working stiff,
Yeah.
and hard. You know what I mean? It was a lot easier to work over there, that style, than like an American style against Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
Well, I remember,
When you're that young,
I remember like me.
it's like, oh, let me go in and beat up a Jap.
When me, you, and,
Honestly.
when
Yeah.
me, you, and Scorp were like in Florida, like when we were down there for a couple, like a couple weeks, month, whatever.
Yeah.
Scorp would always. Scorp talked about him and Vader basically staying in the same fucking dojo, right? They were working in the same dojo, him and Vader.
Yeah, I mean, he's,
Vader got him there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
Vader
Vader was
got
there,
him
and then
over there
Vader
in
got
the dojo.
Scorp there.
Vader
Okay.
Scorp went and lived there for 2 years.
and Vader, he formed a tag team with Vader at one point.
Scorp did?
No, Bam Bam. Bam Bam and Vader were a tag team in New
Oh,
Japan.
sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
which is-
that's two beasts.
I know. Could you imagine
Jesus.
those two?
They were probably
How could you ever lose?
Yeah.
yeah, they were probably making like 10 G's a week too.
So he's working New Japan for a majority of his time off and on here, but then he gets a call to go to WWF in 1987. So here he is in the business, not even 2 years, and WWF signs him and brings him in, and they give him a big angle where they have all these managers trying to lure him for their service. So it's kind of what they did with Macho Man when they brought Macho Man in. So they have Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart, Mr. Fuji,
when there used
Slick.
to be managers.
Right. And all these guys are trying to get Bam Bam, and then Bam Bam gets aligned with Oliver Humperdinck, and he comes in as a baby face, and he starts on top working with Hogan, and he's brought in as a baby face, and they're giving him the rocket
There's only one way to go.
down from there.
Yep.
I mean, he's on the very first ever Survivor Series team on Team Hogan. And listen to this Team Hogan. You got Hogan, Bam Bam, Paul Orndorff, Don Morocco, and Ken Patera taking on Team Andre, which was Andre, King Kong Bundy, One Man Gang, Butch Reed, and Rick Rude.
Jesus. Wait, it was Bundy, One Man Gang.
Butch Reed and Rick Rude.
Wow, and Butch Reed was jacked out of his mind.
The
back
smallest
in
guy on that
days.
team is
Rick Rude, and he's cut, jacked, chiseled, fucking, yeah.
It's just a different business. And this was the very first main event of the very first Survivor Series, and he was left alone in the match against Andre's team and got eliminated. But he made some eliminations. He eliminated King Kong Bundy and One Man Gang. And
Is this before Andre smacked him around in the ring?
This is around that timeline.
Okay.
So he's also in the WrestleMania title tournament. He lost to One Man Gang in the opening round, and he was feuding with Ted DiBiase, One Man Gang, and Andre the Giant. And this is now 1988. And Bigelow is having a match, and he's working Andre the Giant.
88?
88.
Okay.
So he's working Andre the Giant, and this was according to Bret Hart and a number of other wrestlers from the time period. And then Andre just worked super stiff in this match.
He told me.
And Bret Hart said that Andre practically killed him, and Andre had a dislike for him apparently because he was young, athletic, and he was getting a big push, and maybe he hadn't paid his dues. And he was being pushed as an attraction. And I don't know if this was jealousy or something was off between the two of them.
He said he deserved it.
He
told me he deserved it.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I
Bigelow.
was going to say, what dues did Andre pay, really?
Well, I mean, he was working all over, and I don't know. At this point, he's been in the business.
No, I know, but Andre was a fucking attraction.
But Andre's work was he was on a plane every single night of the week. He didn't stay in territories. That dude was like literally all that. I know.
True,
but
I'm
yes,
just saying
I
Andre
get
was
it.
a fucking attraction, so I
Well-
mean, like, what? I mean,
I don't know what happened between the two of them, but Bigelow walked to the locker room, he got his bag, and he left the Garden, and he was out of WWF. He quit WWF after this match with Andre in the Garden. And
I would too.
I mean, Andre,
Boss.
so he's what? That's 3 years in the business?
3 years in the business,
Yeah.
you've made it to the top of your profession, but then you got to start all over again. And this is
Well,
kind of...
and you got to understand, Andre ran the locker room too. What Andre said went, and that's just the way it was.
And if you're on the bad side of Andre the Giant...
You're done.
Heck,
So-
do you ever meet Andre?
Yeah, I hugged him the one time when I got thrown out by Gorilla Monsoon.
Down at the Spectrum?
And you weren't even a wrestler. Like, you
No,
were
I wasn't a wrestler yet. I was still a fan. That was one of the 2 times I got thrown out.
That's all.
That's the only time.
Yeah, him and Hogan. Yeah, Gorilla brought me by. First it was Hogan, then it was Andre, and then like maybe 20 yards down the road it was Jimmy Hart before he threw me out the door.
So you never.
That was at the Spectrum.
So you didn't like meet him. You just like got tossed
Yeah,
by
I was
them?
like in his presence. Yeah. As what's the name? Had me by the scruff of the neck.
You got kicked out of the Spectrum by Gorilla Monsoon. It's the funniest, like he's a bouncer.
Well, that was the steel cage for Andre and Stud. That I was carrying a piece of the steel cage. We got to get Ruben on to tell that story.
So he's out of WWF here at this point in '88, and
He ran, tail tucked.
out of WWF.
Yeah, he told me this story.
And he also had torn ACLs in both of his knees at this point. So
Jesus.
it's not a good time for him, but he ends up
Carrying
going
a lot of weight.
down to WCW and NWA, and he gets a job down there, and he's feuding with Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, Barry Windham for the U.S. title, and he joined up with Kevin Sullivan in his Slaughterhouse stable. And then from there, he's just kind of bouncing around a lot at this point in his career.
Oh, Andre used to beat up Big John Studd too.
So he had some resentment
But
from
John
big guys.
Studd didn't run like Bigelow did.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
but John
so
Studd had to do it.
maybe Andre was just trying to be like, yo,
Smart the
I'm
fuck up,
big
little
guy.
kid.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, maybe Andre was like, yeah, they're trying to push these other big guys as big guys, and he's saying, no, I'm the big
I've
guy.
seen it. I've seen the video of it. And Andre just pushing his face down like that, dude.
Well, he goes down, and he's also in the UWF, and he main evented Beach Brawl '91 down there. But
Who was that against the Link?
no, I don't know who's missing Link. He
The
also
Link was there then.
he was also working in Mexico for UWA, and he actually teamed up with Andre the Giant, and I guess they had reconciled after WWE issues. So then he ends up making his return. He's also working New Japan ton during this time, but he makes his return in late '92, going back to WWF, and he's there for a decent run from '92 to '95, and he gets paired up with Luna Vachon. And Luna Vachon was going as it was his main squeeze.
I forgot
they were
all
calling her.
about that.
And you had just a great pairing together with those two.
Yeah, with the tattoos on the head and everything.
It just fit, man. I mean, it was really good pairing, and he had some fun
And
matches.
she was great because he wasn't a talker, but she was a thing, though. You know what I mean? Like Gollum, kind of, like just always around and everything.
It was a really good pairing, really good act, and Bam Bigelow during this like mid '90s period when WWF was getting, rebuilding kind of. It was a downtime in the business. Bam feuded with Big Boss Man. They had a match at the Rumble in '93, and he also reached the King of the Ring finals in '93, where he wrestled Bret Hart in the main event. And Bret's
first win.
Yeah, in the main event of King of the Ring, and Bret specifically wanted to work with Bam, and those two put on a classic, fantastic
At the
match.
end of it?
Yeah, the main event.
Why would you do that?
Well, they wrestled.
Oh, I'm thinking they're in the middle of a King of the Ring match.
It was the main. It was the main event of the
Royal
tournament
Rumble
final. So really good stuff from Bam in that era, and he then moved into the $1 Million Corporation with Ted DiBiase, and this was a stable that had Tatanka, Sid, IRS, King Kong Bundy, and he was kind of like a.
Oh my God, him, Bundy, and Sid.
I know. Think about that stable.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just really fun stuff.
That's monsters.
Yeah, this is probably he's had it's a weird career when I was breaking this down, where it's like a lot of really high highs, but just not like sustained success that you think he would have. He main evented WrestleMania 11, and this was Bam facing off against Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, it was the best.
And they set this up at the Rumble.
It was huge.
Where they had
what WrestleMania was it?
WrestleMania 11.
I would have said it was young.
Main
way
evented?
earlier than
Yeah,
that.
they main evented WrestleMania that
That's
year.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He took
And
him
he-
through a good match.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And
yeah.
honest to God, if you guys go back and watch
I gotta
this,
watch this match.
Dude, I'm
yeah,
telling you,
Bam
it's-
LT.
it's a
I'm pretty
leg-
sure I knew it was like a thing, like knew it happened, but I didn't know fucking main event of WrestleMania.
Yes.
What year was this?
Looked like $1
this-
million, like he could actually work.
this was 95.
So
And,
yeah, 3 years before you were even born.
and, Pat Patterson obviously trained LT and helped put this match together and everything. I think he was a special ref in it. But this match was, I mean, if you watch it, Ollie, I haven't seen it in many years. It's like a 3.5 star, almost 4-star match. I mean, it's really good what these two put on as far as, again,
Well, you have to
Fucking
understand,
LT,
it's
that's
30
awesome.
years ago. Like wrestling's different. It's a total different ball of wax back then.
Right,
Yeah.
but if
You could have an arm. You could hold an arm bar for fucking 5 minutes.
But LT was good. LT
Yeah.
Yes, he did very well. Didn't have the footwork, but
for never doing wrestling. And
in
Bam-
spurts.
Yeah, Bam did the job for him in the main event of this WrestleMania too. And this is, look, the guy main evented a WrestleMania. I mean, that's fucking
Dude,
huge.
I remember around that time, whatever the Sega game was, the WWE Sega game, I was Bam like all the
I think
time.
I remember that.
Like, what, it was WrestleMania something
Yes.
or whatever.
Yeah, they had, like, you could bring out the big weapons in it, like pop up on the
Yeah, like
screen.
Doink would have the huge fucking
Hammer.
hammer,
Yeah.
like whatever. But like Bam, you could just headbutt the shit out
Yep.
of me. Like I remember, I was always Bam. Oh, dude,
He had a great feud with Doink as well during this time period, Bam. So,
Yeah, they were, speaking of devils, both devils. That game was all. I need to get that game.
so Bam had some heat with the Click though, and the Click hack. Did he ever talk to you about any of his issues with?
Not that I remember.
No,
With
So-
Nash or Hall
Yeah,
or
nothing.
any of them.
So he.
Nah, he wasn't a complainer like that.
No,
Like, you know
yeah,
what I'm
you're not gonna
saying?
gossip,
He's like me,
yeah.
It
Yeah, who
was what it
cares?
was. Yeah.
That was a couple years ago. Who gives a fuck?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. But he had some issues with them, and even though that he just felt like he kind of stalled out there, and he kind of had no chance at upward mobility, so he leaves, and he got an early release from Vince, and then from here he goes.
What year?
This is 95 into
Okay.
96 now. Then he comes.
So he's 10 years in.
10 years in, and now he goes to ECW. And I think his ECW run was probably the place that he fit in the most in wrestling.
That started in '96.
Yeah, he started in 96, and he starts off.
I would have thought that was later.
We covered.
I would have said 98.
We
Yeah,
covered.
same.
He left in 98.
I know, but I was working with him in WCW
In 99.
99.
Yeah.
So now that I think about it,
So-
like,
right. Yeah,
so he comes in, and he made his debut at
he
the.
was with Shady for a while.
Yes. And he immediately confronts Taz, and that's a fucking money
Well, I know,
match,
but
man.
2 great spots, dude.
Oh, those
Wow.
matches they had are probably.
Not the match so much, but the 2 spots
No, but
going through the ring and going
Fantastic.
through the runway.
But if you
great
think
shit.
about like that booking right there, like like Paulie's has built Taz to be like
He had to tap out Paul Marlins, who
Right.
was like, who was in MMA, like,
And then-
wanted
Yes.
to be
and
kind
then
of
you
He
bring
was.
in Bam Bam Bigelow.
Right, off of WrestleMania main event. Bam, bam,
Go
bam.
work with
Right.
this little kid.
But he did, and he made magic together.
But you build fucking Taz, and Bam Bam did business
yes.
for
Yes, he
Taz
did.
and ECW. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's like, dude, you build Taz to Bam Bam fucking Bigelow at this
Yeah.
point, who just main evented, like you said. It's insane, and I didn't even realize it like at the time. But now that like you're going over it chronologically, like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, because when I worked with Cactus wasn't as over as Bam Bam was.
No.
You know what I mean? But Cactus eventually was, but wasn't as over when I was
No,
with
but you
him.
think they bring in Taz, like Bam Bam in for Taz. Bam Bam was fucking, I didn't realize it at the time, but Bam Bam was Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, that's a rub.
Yeah,
Bro,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And he gets partnered up in the triple threat with Shane Douglas, Chris Candido, and Francine. And that was a great act in ECW, man. Triple threat was money, and all those three guys
Yeah,
played.
except their tattoos. Oh my God, the heat that they got for their dime-sized tattoos they got on their freaking arms, like the 4th of July weekend or something somewhere. Oh, it was bad.
No, but
It
that's
was
a
horrible.
great faction.
Yes.
Like an underrated faction, though. Like Shane as like kind of like almost chicken shit heel champion. Bam Bam the muscle. And Candido,
The guy
like
can
the
work with
worker,
anybody.
yeah,
And
right.
Franny,
like, you know?
Franny doing a
And
great job as the
Franny,
valet,
yeah, like,
too.
Yeah, that's such a fucking great faction.
It's really money putting those guys all together. And Hack, what were your thoughts when you guys brought in Bam Bam Bigelow?
I don't. I was just happy as shit.
You
Another
were
star.
happy.
A star.
A star.
A star is here.
Your star is here.
Did you? Now I know, like you worked with him in WCW, obviously, but like, had you got a chance to like
No,
talk to him
because
when
he was
in
Shane's
ECW?
boy. He was. We didn't hang out at all.
Until you got to WCW.
Exactly. Yes.
Really? Okay, interesting.
At all. It was two. We were two different cliques.
And you weren't
totally.
you weren't matched up with them much either.
No. I would have said in ECW. I don't remember being in the ring with him, but somebody will say I'm a liar.
You were.
But
I don't remember.
but then by the time you had got to WCW and you were going to work with him, had you guys like referenced the ECW date? Like, was that like a was that like a connection that like you had that you didn't have, or like?
No, well, I don't know, because if I'm not working with him, because we were traveling in the car together. You know what I'm saying?
When in WCW?
When we were working together, like if we had to. But a lot of times,
But like, were you ever like, oh yeah, you remember in ECW? Or were you guys just shooting the shit about like current now?
Yeah,
like,
what's going on? Yeah, what's going on there?
Yeah, because you didn't have any times in ECW, right? So like it was.
Well, yeah, he knew I didn't like Shane. He knew Shane didn't like me. But that wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with you two.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
right. It's got nothing to do with
So
you
in
two.
ECW, he wins the title belt from Shane in October of '97, and he's defending the title against Al Snow, Chris Candido, and Mikey Whipwreck. And then he drops the belt back to Shane at November to Remember '97. This is the one in Pittsburgh. We covered this on the show, and they had a pretty
Makes
nice main
sense.
event.
Shane winning it back in Pittsburgh.
Right, and
Why were him and Shane boys? Sorry.
he was just put into a triple threat. I don't know if they
And
were.
that's how they became boys.
I believe so. Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't-
know if they had like a previous relationship
think
through
so. Not that I
anything
know
else.
of.
Okay, all right.
So then he goes on to a feud with Taz, and they have a match at Living Dangerously '98, and Bigelow beat Taz.
They might have been in WCW or WWE at the same time.
They
Okay.
probably were in WCW in the early '90s.
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that. And then they have the spot where obviously the ring collapses with Taz, but he also had the great spot where he threw Spike Dudley into the crowd. That was really awesome.
Fucking amazing.
More than once.
That was a great spot. And
I
then
mean, dude, and he's like,
chucking him.
yeah, and I seen a couple times where where people were just like spread out, and he just lands in the chairs.
Yeah.
I've
And
seen that. I've seen that a couple times too.
they also had the great entrance ramp spot with Taz too.
Yeah, he was doing the Darby. He
Before
was doing
Darby
Darby
Allin.
Allin
Yeah.
stuff before doing that. I think about
Yeah, that
it.
thing folded up like what's that paper? Construction paper.
Yeah.
That the runway.
So then in '98, he's having some issues.
Yeah, it did collapse too early. Like, too easy.
A little bit.
Like,
yeah.
like
There was no give.
Yeah, you're right.
He's having some issues with payments in ECW, a couple of bounce checks and things like that. So he ends up going down to WCW. And in WCW in late '98, he starts his debut in WCW was calling out undefeated Bill Goldberg. And they built up a really good program between him and Goldberg, but they took the belt off Goldberg very shortly after they brought Bam Bam in. And they did Goldberg and Nash at Starrcade.
I was going to say Nash, yeah.
But they could have easily went with Goldberg and Bam Bam on top for a couple months because this was heated and they had some really great chemistry together in the ring. Fans were super into Bam Bam Bigelow in WCW when he first got there. And that was a money program that, Nash being in the match with Goldberg, that Starrcade obviously did big business. But if you had slotted Bam Bam in there and delayed the Nash match or not taken the belt off Goldberg, I think that would have been a much better alternate universe, man. That would have been really cool.
Well, I don't know who went over, but like you're bringing in Bam Bam to call out Goldberg for Goldberg to beat Bam Bam.
Yeah, Goldberg was in the middle of his streak at this point. He had not lost ever, and
right, which is a little like convoluted.
But it's a monster to feed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it'd be like Obi calling out a champion and losing him at SummerSlam.
Yeah, right.
That's the equivalent.
Yeah.
So he actually interfered in the match at Starrcade, and he kind of helped Nash end Goldberg's streak. He was one of a couple people that did a run-in during the match, and Goldberg's streak ended there. He's kind
Which
of
Nash loved.
Nash loved. I mean, yeah, we all know the history there. So then at this point, he's kind of just, bouncing around a little bit, and WCW starts their hardcore division, and they bring you in here. You've been signed for a little bit, but they finally start booking you on TV's Hack. And
6 months.
And you've always said that you and Bam Bam, Nash wanted you guys...
Right away.
And he wanted you guys to do the hardcore stuff. You, him, and Raven had a really awesome hardcore match, and you and him had the awesome match with the Stagecoach at, I believe it was an Uncensored.
Seattle.
That was at
Such
Seattle.
a good spot.
That's a Spring Stampede.
Yeah.
Spring Stampede, actually. And that spot is amazing. That match is amazing. We called that on the show before we reviewed that. Working with Bam Bam in WCW, how comfortable were you working with him?
He was so easy. It looks like he's killing you, and he's not even touching you.
I know, you've always
Some
said
shit
this.
has to be laid in. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't care about it. We had so much shit. We didn't have to kill each other with a chair. We didn't have to take each other because trash cans make way better weapons because they make sound, they crunch. You know what I'm saying? So he was just so easy to work with. You just call it out there. Just call it out there.
Heck, when you're getting to work with somebody like new that you never worked with before, and somebody that you don't, previously know, when you get to the arena and like they say, "Hey, it's you and Bam Bam," and you guys fucking get together for the first time, what's that conversation like?
Dude, how lovely is this? We were both happy. Yeah, like, hey, because we both thought that they were used. We were there for a reason. Dude, J.J. Dillon tells me, freaking Nash just got the book, dude. And one of the first things he has is bring me in. And then I'm working with I'm working with Bam Bam. You know what I mean? So we knew they were doing something.
Right, but like when you go up and like you're to like you fucking finally you and Bam
I
Bam
smoked pot with them before, like at the ECW arena and stuff like that.
Right, so like you get Bam Bam together, like are you fucking immediately like pitching ideas? Are you asking him like, yo, what do you think? Like are you like what like how are you going about fucking putting together a match with Bam Bam Bigelow for the first time?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Like I work with Scott Norton in WCW. That I didn't know him at all, so that's totally different. Than if I'm like if it's Bammer, you know what I mean. I'm much more comfortable working with Bammer.
So you went up to Scott Norton and said, "What do you want to do?"
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, I'm working with you tonight, kid. And and I told you the story where he was happy as shit. He just got back from Japan. They gave him a Halliburton with $25,000 in cash in it.
Right.
He was so fucking happy.
So you guys get together and you say, "What do you want to do?"
He goes, I'll hit you with my finish. And I'm like, that power bomb.
Or the power bomb.
Oh,
man.
God, that power bomb
And,
is.
and then what? He said
That's
the
it.
rest will.
That's it.
All right, and then how was
I'm like,
Bam?
yeah, what do you want to do? He goes, I'll hit you with my finish. I'm like, okay.
That's
That's
it.
fucking.
That-
That's
it.
so cool. That
was
is the
it.
coolest thing.
Yeah.
Everything is. I feel like.
So what do you want to do tonight? I'll hit you with my finish. All right, take it easy.
Like Goldberg was pretty much the same conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
Just I'll hit you with my finish.
Goldberg was a hair long.
Well, how did
That's
you
great.
feel about that, knowing that Goldberg was so like greenish?
I didn't care.
'Cause you were facing Goldberg?
Yeah. Well, you just know everybody was doing the job for him. I was just another one of his 235.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
So then when it got to Bammer, where you guys were like, you said you didn't really like talk in ECW, but you kind of like. You said you smoked pot
yeah,
or
because there'll be
whatever, like,
a place like almost right in the locker room you can smoke pot
and
there.
so did you guys like fucking throw together like ideas, or were you like, Bam, what do you want to do?
Well, he knows it with multiple canes there. Canes, trash can, just some toys, have some fun.
Did you express like shit that you, or did you ask Bam Bam like Scott Norton, like, what do you want to do?
No, I got the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. They never gave us to in WCW. It was what it is, not how it was. Who's going to
Like
win?
just who's going over? You
Yeah.
guys figure it out.
Yeah,
That's cool that they would give you enough like free reign.
Yeah, they're not going to call a hardcore match with me and Bigelow. You
No, I know.
You never
Who's
had
go-
one in your fucking life, dude.
Who's going to agent it? You know, Arn Anderson. Like,
You had Dusty there, and Kevin Sullivan.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, I guess they could,
They're not going to fuck with us.
Right.
We're going to go
Yeah,
out there and
right.
do what we do.
Yeah, and they're going
Right.
to trust your judgment
Yeah,
at least a little
exactly,
bit.
yeah.
To not go too crazy, but to also do your thing. Because that's what you're brought there. You're brought there to do your thing.
To get
Absolutely.
over what you're supposed to get over, right? But
So-
no, yeah, I just had to ask that because you guys had never talked before.
Yeah, it's
so
different.
like,
And that was a go. I mean, because Norton, I didn't know him. And yes, sir, dude.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So Bam Bam and you guys, he's in the hardcore division a little bit, but then he breaks away and he joins up with DDP and Chris Canyon, and they form the Jersey Triad. And they were doing kind of like a Freebirds rules thing with the tag titles, where the three of them would hold the tag titles. Hack.
Yeah, the problem was they couldn't cut the promo.
Well, they were a two-time tag champ during this time period in '99 in WCW.
I just got a question. Were Scotty and Bigelow close at all?
No.
No? Okay. I don't know if they had like a previous WWF relationship or
Yeah, they were
anything.
both there
like-
during the same time period. Johnny
all right,
Polo
well, I
and
just
him. and-
I just didn't know, like, because you, Scotty, and Bigelow obviously had like your triple threat match, and like we're kind of doing like the rotates. I didn't know if Scotty knew him. At
Oh,
all.
no,
Like,
we both knew he was a pussy. That, like, both of us.
Scotty?
Like, yeah, when he's in there with the, we're both like, yeah, he's a pussy.
I got you.
So, he ends up getting injured and not working for a while in WCW. But then in the summer of 2000, he rescues a couple of children from a burning house in Jersey. Did he ever talk to you about this? You ever hear anything about this?
I
Hack?
don't remember that.
He suffered burns on like 40% of his body, and he was hospitalized for a long time period.
So the tattoo was legit on his head.
Well, yeah, I mean, after that. He did it
What year did that happen?
like 2000, I think.
Are you sure that wasn't his house and he was cooking crack in it or something?
I don't know, man. I mean, that's,
Yeah, but the 40% burns on his body?
yeah.
Are you telling me? You find out what year that was.
It
Why
was
do
in
you think
2000.
he wore the full bodysuit?
So WCW goes out of business in 2001.
No,
Fucking with you. I'm fucking
He was also in WCW when it went out of business in 2001, and he's not picked up by WWE, and he's kind of riding out the contract. So WCW contracts still were carried over up until they ran out, and WWE never bought out his deal. He never went back to WWE, and he was working very sparingly on the indies, and he worked a lot in USA Pro up in New York.
Oh my God, Frank Goodman's
Those shows.
9-hour shows. Oh my
With
God.
a bunch of ticket seller matches on them, and yeah, just
Why do you think, Tosh? Why do you think he wasn't picked up by WWE?
He's doing drugs.
He was.
Is that what it was?
He was in
Yeah.
a bad way, drug wise, but also he wasn't the same worker he was previously. At this point now, like 12 years into his career, So it wasn't, you know.
Dude, how many freaking headbutts off the top rope can your body take when you're 450 pounds?
And moonsaults.
Just think of how many times he's done that.
Right, think about his hips, his knees, his back.
Like-
I mean, like, yeah, it's not going to be good.
And all that weight he carried he could have been 100 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And obviously, he wrestled his last match in 2006, and he
Yeah,
passed.
where was that?
I'm not sure the Fed, but it was an indie down in Florida. He passed away later.
What year?
2006.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
What was the date?
Let me look up the date.
He should have done this on his date.
Well, yeah. He passed away. Actually, it was
That's his third major.
It was January.
Wait, what do we call him again? His gunk name?
It's January.
You don't triple cup guy Jake.
It was January of 2007 when he passed away. So he
I
passed away
was
a couple
sorry we
months
missed
later.
that date. I love you, dude.
Rest in peace, Bam Bigelow. Obviously, he had a lot of substance issues, like a lot of wrestlers did, and he passed away very young.
What year?
2007.
So a year after his last match.
It was a couple months after. It was in November of 06.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, rest in peace, Bam Bigelow. Obviously deserving of a banner in the ECW arena.
Fuck yeah.
We have to talk to Roger to get him one up there, Hack, because he absolutely deserves it. Any other memories of Bam Bam?
No, just the size of the joints he used to roll.
You know, Hack, that might be the
Oh my
biggest.
God.
That might be the best compliment you ever gave me one time. We were smoking a joint I rolled, and you said, "Man, this is like a Bam Bigelow joint." I was like,
Dude, that dude could smoke pot like like him and RVD.
Like me, like I'm gonna show you on Saturday.
Just a
Ollie from the dead.
the third thing he said on the show.
But Bret Hart called him possibly one of the best working big mans in the business, and I absolutely agree with that, man. As far as big men wrestlers go, he's an all-time
Did
great.
you watch him the early? Yeah, like we were talking about with Ollie, like walking Lawrence Taylor through that WrestleMania main event match. Like,
Yeah.
there's no dudes that do that. I mean,
No. That you got to be a real special talent to be able to
Was
pull
in
that
New
off.
York too, wasn't
that
it?
wasn't like
Connecticut.
that wasn't
It
like
was in
Bret Hart
Connecticut.
or like Shawn
yeah.
Michaels walking him through a match.
Right.
That was Bam Bigelow.
And they trusted him to do it.
Yeah.
He did it. So,
Right.
I certainly think he could have had runs on top. And
Dude, it was huge though. That mix then. Like there wasn't that. There wasn't
like the sports and wrestling crossover.
No, it wasn't. No, dude, this was like huge shit.
Yeah, and I think they did like an event at Times Square before, like a workout that was big. And,
they made it look shoot as shit.
yeah, they tried to push it as like this is a real thing because they had a confrontation at the Rumble, and they built up into like we're gonna have a match, and they had.
But LT's like the baddest dude on the planet.
Then, yeah,
Right.
Like,
literally.
You know
He's
what
just coming off his Giants career.
Yeah,
he had
like-
retired like 2 years before
Yeah,
that.
he's
or
the
so.
baddest dude on the planet, like the most over, like so, like we gotta watch it. We'll
Yeah,
watch
we'll,
it.
we'll watch that on a future show for sure. So
Yeah, but as football players go, like he was maybe to be the most recognizable for
Right.
a 5-year span, maybe.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's playing in New York, and he's arguably the greatest player ever.
Yeah.
Like honestly, Bill
Shattered Joe Theismann's like.
Bill Belichick calls him the greatest pro football player ever. So
Yeah.
I mean that says a lot.
I think Deion Sanders went up.
Oh, okay.
Or Troy Polamalu.
Next week on the show is our live podcast from Ginseng Lounge covering Heatwave '96
Oh
and
shit, son.
Ollie's downfall.
the smoke off between Hack and Ollie. Joining us will be
Never happened.
comedian Zach Amico.
Smoke up meter.
I'm going to be putting the rules together fucking this week.
Yeah, we know that.
No.
We're trying to fix any way you can.
No. You will not
No, it'll
be.
be you take a hit at a certain amount, how many hits and at every interval. That's all.
I'm putting the rules together with Sammy, so you will have
Who?
nothing. Sammy. Who's
All right,
Sammy?
nice.
Sammy Suplex. They got putting the thing together for us here, bro.
There's a problem with
No,
that.
no,
I'll have
no,
to approve that.
no.
Yeah, there's no fucking snatching Queen Philistine for you.
No.
Well, obviously, after I lost my leaping challenge last
Housekeeping.
week.
Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube. Gunk and Hack have another reactions out. This time watching some Kaiju Big Battle. It was really funny, so make
Yeah,
sure you're watching
Kendra
that.
called you a mark on that. She commented on the video.
She did. She called you a mark.
We gotta send her them canes.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely. We absolutely do. Shouts out to Michelle. Listener questions, as always, send in to sammpod@gmail.com. Please leave a name and a town. That's all that Hack ever asks for. Alec in Cleveland writes in, hello, fellas. Glad to be able to write in again. Was worried about double J cup in this heat wave we've been having.
Yeah, dude, he's dabbing underneath, picks up the left boob, dabs underneath, picks up the right boob, dabs underneath.
I'm doing great. I work from home, brother. LeBron is watches in full effect in Cleveland.
Oh shit, baby. Think about that.
Our economy might be back.
Wow. Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty good point. Like, are they selling out?
I think they are. I think they're doing because they
Dude, they
they've
were
had
in
a
the
good
Eastern
team.
Conference Finals last year, so.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much else to do there.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well, I think. In 2025 and 2026, we've seen some examples from AEW of pay-per-views with mediocre builds, and then the guys and girls over-deliver to the point where the pay-per-view is considered by many as one of the best in the history of the company. This year's Forbidden Door is a good example of this. How vital is the build to a pay-per-view show in 2026 compared to throughout history, where logic says you want a hot build to a big show? I'm of the mindset that pay-per-view builds leading into a show are not as important as they once were, with some recent AEW shows being good examples. So what do you think, Hack? Do you think the build to a card like a pay-per-view actually matters in 2026?
Dude, I'm not even sure
As
what
much as it
mattered.
did before.
No, not as much as it did before.
No.
We got people's your brain works on way quicker intervals and stuff now. There's so much more stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, they're going to do some good business with Obi and Brock, and how much is built into that? How many months is built into that? 6 total between the first.
But that's a lot of build.
6 months now? That's not a build.
That's a build. That's a long build.
That's pretty big build.
That's a build.
Not the way it used to be. There used to be year builds to your third match in 6 months. You don't have 3 matches, like retirement matches in 3 months, in 6
Well,
months.
the difference
fair,
is back
but-
in the day, you would do a loop of a feud on the house shows. So you would
didn't
run
have as many frequent shows.
You would do actually more matches against one another, but then there were less big shows. Now you have
Yeah.
a show every month almost, like a big show, so they feel like they have to fill these cards. But I guess what he was saying is, do you think like the building up of a feud matters, or people are just like happy to watch wrestling and happy to watch good matches?
In AEW, there's so many guys that like just all right. Take any of them. Take Omega and pick any of 6 guys, and you can have a 4.5 star match. You can take freaking any of those dudes over there. There's 10 dudes that they can have a 4 match with.
Right.
I don't think it's like that. I think it's more story driven in WWE than AEW is.
That's
So-
exactly what I was just going to say. I was like, I feel like the story and the build is way more important in WWE than it is in AEW, because when you get to
They have real matches.
when you get to an AEW pay-per-view match, you're going to get your money's worth.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
Like
So-
on most pay-per-views, AEW they do have like consistent builds, like with like their matches. That's why it works for Forbidden Door, where it's like you don't really fucking need anything. You
The
just want to
payoff's
see.
worth it.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck it, I'll go watch fucking Shota and Pac, and this will be cool.
And I know, because they've built up that equity with their fan base, I know that when we're buying these pay-per-views, it's going to be quality.
Yes.
We haven't watched one where it was like, this show sucked. Like,
No,
like
not one.
you know what I mean? Like,
No, the last one just wasn't as good as the one before.
because
Right,
it's the
yeah,
greatest show
right,
ever.
yeah,
There's ones that are
And
like,
that one a couple ago was God. That
It was the
one
greatest.
show.
It might be the greatest pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Before the Night of Champions.
Yes.
And that one
Yeah.
before that.
So, like, I
And
think...
how much build-up do you need for a Night of Champions?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's got a belt. How much build-up do you need for it?
He also said, Gunk trying to explain the logic behind Oba bypassing the title shot has me in serious need of a wake and bake. Love the show as always, guys. Man, that guy Jing is not here to defend
Gunk and
himself.
bake.
What an idiot.
Oh, big surprise, Gunk ain't here.
Yeah, what an idiot. Barry from Gilbert, Arizona writes in.
All right, Gilbert.
He's back second week in a
Is
row.
Eddie from there?
Who?
You got any serpent mounds out there? You might know what I'm talking about.
Gilbert. Hack in the sandbags. Not a Trojan horse from Boston as you thought regarding Jaylen Brown. Anyway.
Wow. Wait, the last guy was? Who was the last guy they sent here? That was a total Trojan horse.
Oh, Al Horford.
Yeah, he was a total Trojan horse.
But Ty was saying,
good call, dude. That's a great call.
well, no, but Ty called this listener last week. He was being very complimentary about the trade to us, and Ty was like, "Are you a Trojan horse, dude? Because you're being too nice to us." So he's saying he's not a Trojan horse.
I'm not giving Ty credit for anything.
Anyway, he said the first live ECW show I ever went to was in January 24th, 1998 at the Wonderland Dog Track in Revere, which has been a place mentioned a few times on the show. My favorite venue and live wrestling experience in my life took place here. Anyway, that night, the main event...
Dog Track, wow.
The main event wound up being Sabu and Van Dam taking on Bigelow and the Sandman. So you teamed up with Bigelow in 98.
Get the hell out of here.
That's fucking awesome.
Yes.
That's why you poo-pooed it early
Yeah,
on.
that's
The
right.
next episode of the Sandman pod.
Yep.
Here we go.
I told you I'm an idiot.
He said, I spent $15 to be at this show, and it was the most fun I've ever had. I was 15 at the time. WrestleMania came to the town 2 months later, and while it was awesome to see Steve Austin win the title, this show and experience took a shit on that. He said,
wait a minute. Austin won the title in Wonderland?
no, he won it in Boston at WrestleMania 14. But he was saying he went to both of those shows. He saw the show Wonderland and WrestleMania,
Okay,
and he
right.
said this show took a shit on WrestleMania. And he said they used the ladder in the main event on a generic house show on top of other craziness. He said New Jack used a sack of potatoes against Jason is one that I'll remember
Sack of
forever.
potatoes will hurt you. A real sack of potatoes, you swing it, dude.
Are you doing the job to the sack of potatoes?
in a second?
He said,
Spuds included.
I know he said he didn't do much with Bigelow and ECW, but this stood out as soon as I heard him say it. He still has his ticket stub, and he sent in a picture of this. And he said, I have a question as well. Does Hack remember going to a signing in Boston hosted by a radio station at a video store in the summer of 98? He said they brought him into the building in the roof of a Hummer while Enter Sandman was playing, and for the couple hundred of us there, it was incredible. He stuck around way past the signing with us, annihilated a 30 of Bud, and he wound up missing his flight. Good times and a better podcast. Thanks for the entertainment.
You wonder why him and my mom are divorcing.
Yeah, dude.
Where are you at? Why did you miss your flight? I was drinking with the fans.
Some dudes that were cool.
Ripped a 30 in a Hummer. I was doing a signing.
That's it.
I always love hearing new hack stories.
How many people out there have stories like that where they just randomly end up partying with you?
Jesus.
I don't know, honey, Paul. I got.
I missed a lot of flights. Fonzie burnt me one time with an iron trying to get me up out of bed.
Jagger Jack from Ben
Literally,
Salem.
bro.
No,
on
but,
the back
but
shoulder.
dude, we got to mark that show. We got to check that. Van
go.
Dam and Sabu versus Hack
Yeah.
and
We
Bigelow.
gotta find
Mark
footage
that.
I don't
of
think it happened, but what makes no sense me and him being together.
Well, just how
ECW
That didn't
didn't make any sense a lot of times.
Yeah. Jagger Jack from Ben Salem writes in,
Jack Swagger?
what's up, King Hack and the Hack Pack? How's it going? Firstly, I want to praise our big round god Tosh for saying he doesn't eat mayonnaise and for completely burying chain hoagie shops.
set up, freaking right
Dude,
in Tosh. Why would somebody put you over for not eating mayonnaise?
Because they don't eat it as well?
Yeah,
Why would they even mention
I
that?
don't eat, man.
They
Boo,
agree.
boo,
Why
I
did
don't
you
want to
put
hear
me
the
over?
rest.
we got to read this
Just
guy's
so
email.
they know, I got my fingers in my ears right now.
I got to put him over for
he
completely
doesn't.
burying chain hoagie shops like Firehouse and Subway. Allow me to add on by saying fuck that white nasty shit, especially on hoagies. My hoagies need that zesty, spicy brown Dijon mustard. I'm not with you on that. Hoagies do not need mustard.
on a. I see.
I'm not with you.
See, I'm glad he just
You
buried
traded mayonnaise
himself.
for mustard?
Not at all. Hoagie needs oil.
I don't like
That's
it.
it.
See, Tosh is kayfabe, and he put himself over, and then made him, and then
Makes
gave
it more
another.
more
I don't
believable.
agree with
Check the
mustard.
email.
Yeah.
I do not work these emails, brother. He said, fuck Mayo. Our hoagies deserve better. Give Mayo the cane of the week for being...
Honestly, I can never. Pat, have you ever seen somebody put mustard on a hoagie? I can't remember ever seeing
No.
somebody put mustard.
Mental institute.
Oh, and they're from around here.
They're from Ben Salem, yeah.
Oh, come on, dude.
He said,
killing me.
He said, give Mayo the cane of the week for being the absolute beta cuck of condiments. Secondly, I want to know what Hack's thoughts on this. Paulie recently sat down with Chris Van Vliet for a shoot. They discussed the financial situation with ECW. During the interview with Paul, they discussed two things that caught my attention. First was that Vince funded Paul and ECW 3 times, and with the second time he gave Paul $500,000 back in July of 2000. The second thing was that towards the end of ECW's life, before filing for bankruptcy, Shane McMahon wanted to buy ECW. Vince stopped Shane from buying ECW as Paul claimed that Vince saw more value in letting ECW go to bankruptcy and having Paul come to work for him. What are your thoughts on these statements from Paul?
I think it was common knowledge that Vince was giving him money to pay our bills. And
did you hear anything about Shane wanting to buy ECW?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. And what was there to buy?
Well, I think he would just buy it and run it, you know.
Shane wanted to buy it and run it, and Vince wanted to buy it and
but
just
buying
make it part.
But buying it then would have been paying his parents' money back.
Right.
So why wouldn't he have done that?
And all the creditors. You know, you owed a lot of people a lot of money.
I know. So why would that's what's queered about that in that question.
Well, no,
His
I think
parents
that's
he used a lot of his parents' money. Why wouldn't he sell it to him?
He didn't sell it to him. He let it go to bankruptcy court, and then he got the assets of it.
I know, but if Shane wanted to buy it, why wouldn't Paulie say yes?
I think Vince said no to giving Shane the money to buy it.
Yes.
Oh, because he knew we were going under anyway, and why buy it?
Yeah,
Right.
Shane was telling Vince that he wanted to buy it and run it as a separate entity.
Okay, and Vince is probably like, yo, I've been bankrupting him. You don't know that, son, yet, but
No,
they're going under soon.
Well, I'm keeping them afloat. The only reason
Right.
they were able to exist was that Vince helped them out
Yeah, and I can
financially.
see his son not knowing that then.
Not being smartened up to that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, as far as the boys back then in 2000 and even your other times in ECW, as you're there, do you think that like they were funding it or different? Like, was that a talk amongst the boys?
No, not then.
No. Even as you were doing like
we didn't know that then. I didn't.
Even as you were doing spots on like Monday Night Raw and things like that, you were just thinking that there was a working relationship there, or I mean, okay.
Yeah, I didn't think they were paying our bills.
Well, I mean, they were helping.
Like at the tune of $500,000.
$500,000.
Maybe Paul pocketed that $500,000. I don't know.
We have no idea.
You know, I mean, we weren't making money. The only realm of possibility where we were making money was on like merchandise. Besides that, the company never made money.
Well, if Paul was going to go
ever once made money.
Well, if Paul was going to go bankrupt anyway, why wouldn't he pocket it?
I don't know.
That's why I brought it up.
And
unless it was direct to ECW, and then ECW was in his mom's name, was in his parents' name, right?
It was in a company called HHG Holdings,
right?
Which
was Paul and his parents,
right? It was Heyman, and Gordon. That was the HHG. So
right. I
don't know, man. We'll never know where some of the money went and how this went, but it's not
I don't care.
I know you always say this, whatever you were owed.
It is what it is.
You know, I know a lot of other people were dealt a bad hand from ECW and stuff at their certain time periods. So, yeah.
But there's a lot of people that were just happy as shit to be on TV, too, and be part of a revolution.
For sure.
There's probably a lot of people that got fucking who they are now because of that.
For sure, but then there's things like...
I'm saying? Like, dude,
agreed. Dude, there's tons of them.
There are so many, like the Mikeys and people like that, Guido, and the people that never would have had exposure on U.S. television whatsoever.
Are still at
me.
Are still
yes, you're another.
Me.
Yes, you're another example.
Are still at signings today,
right?
Because of it.
Right. While that all is true, I'm not saying that's not true. There's also cases like Paul taking Chris Candido and Sonny's credit cards that he had their credit cards and running up flights on them when they weren't even in the company anymore and charging
Dreamers money.
And you can go. Sure. There's a litany of him literally stealing and lying from people.
Oh, dude, I'm not calling him fucking
right.
Whatever.
I just wanted to tell the whole story of that. I think is important.
I'm just saying, as far as like people wanting to stay on a fucking burning ship,
right?
As we say it, like, are still fucking making money today.
Yes.
At signings and shit like that because they stayed on that burning ship.
Yes.
Like because of their own decisions.
Dude,
yes.
Just see like Franny. That girl's busy 10 times a year easily. And think of how many more girls have been in this business on WWE, on TV for way more years that aren't getting signed as much as I see her.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, and like this is not the like fucking meanie, but think about meanie. Like as far as like how much he like accomplished, quote unquote, like in the ECW business, like he's never like a title holder, a singles wrestler, like whatever. But you're part of the BWO. You're the fucking Blue Meanie. I mean, that dude. He's still
ECW.
He's synonymous with Philadelphia.
right.
Wrestling.
And
Forever.
Blue Meanie, dude. He was in England at fucking the Monopoly tour. We were in fucking
right.
England.
Yeah.
We were in the same fucking hotel shooting the shit. Like, dude, he's carrying that like to him. Like, and that's no fucking offense to him or whatever. But like, dude, you take that
There's a lot
fucking
of
ball and fucking run with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's great.
Jason from Newfoundland, Canada writes in, the last two shows are really showing how much AEW has caught and maybe surpassed WWE for their pay-per-views. I still call them pay-per-views even though it's Netflix. Excellent analysis once again. I used an AI platform and put in 10 wrestlers that I picked and asked it to develop a card with match stipulations.
Nice.
Interesting but pure laziness. From Tasha's burner account, Tasha's God at Netscape.com. And he sent us in his AI card.
All right.
So this is AI that he utilized.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it's called the card Crossroads of Championship. We have an opener, Will Ospreay and RVD.
Wow, that's his opener?
That's his opener.
Wow.
Well, they do that kind of now.
Hardcore match between Darby Allin and Penta.
Dude, that would be...
Sami Zayn taking on Adam Page.
I have to see the brackets.
Well, no, I'm reading these matches. This AI just made these matches for this
Who
guy.
the fuck's Adam Page?
Adam Page, Hangman, man.
Oh,
Dude, the dude I was in TNA with.
I just think... Dude, I just think of
nail
him-
that
I
joke,
just
Hack.
think- Yeah, that was good. I just think of him as Hangman.
Yeah,
So,
Hangman,
like,
yeah.
I never say fucking Adam Page.
Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens.
Yes.
And the main event, Gunther and the newly released Sheamus. So that was what the AI churned out for this guy.
Sheamus got it with the R-Truth. Let's talk about that, too, real quick.
Sheamus got...
Dude,
Sheamus-
what is wrong? Another thing in that company. They go to fire R-Truth, and then they're like, oh, no, everybody complained. We'll bring him back. But they don't know that in 114 days we're going to fire him. We're not going to renew his contract.
Well, no. R-Truth is still there.
They said it. I thought they didn't renew his contract.
No, he's still there, dude.
Is that another AI program?
Yeah, I think he's got God again. He's tag champs with Damian Priest. Yeah, he's got God again on the show.
Sheamus is a depreciating...
He's a tag champ with who?
Damian Priest.
Yeah, transgender Undertaker. Or lesbian Undertaker. Whoever. Damian Priest. But, no, Sheamus is a depreciating asset for them. There's no... And Sheamus turned down whatever their...
Well, the only time they used him was over in Europe at this point. In the last couple of years. When they were doing
he
pay-per-views
hasn't
over
been
there.
used ever. Like, whatever. He's got to be, what, 40...
He's in his late 40s.
Shit to be making money the last decade.
He's
Yeah.
he's in
He's
his
like
late
45.
and he
whatever.
can still really go. I don't know if he'll end up in AEW, but if he did, I mean, I think they have enough talent. I mean, that he could have some really hell of great matches there. So we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, it doesn't make like. I get why WWE would not be renewing Sheamus for the price that they had him at. It's like it's if you look at it like a football team, he'd be like
Brandon Graham.
Yeah, letting an older guy go that had some great years. His time's up, and that's it.
Hey, listen, you don't want to take whatever this lower number that we're offering you,
Right.
and you're probably are going to have what? How many dates to work?
Do we
Like,
know what
is
the
it
number
like-
is since WrestleMania?
What?
How many people they've released?
I would have to look it up. I don't know.
I would
Is
say-
it 50?
No, it's not 50.
Yet?
No,
I
no,
would say
no.
30.
Well, it used to be 30 within a couple weeks after WrestleMania, 20 to 30.
They would
like
do the
off door.
WrestleMania and then a post-European tour release usually. So we'll see what happens, man. Paul from Lowminster, Mass writes in, "What's up, Hacky and the Blowfish? Love the pod. Always listening.
That's a good one.
First thing Monday mornings driving to work. Here's my question. In '98, Onita showed up in ECW, and there was rumors he wanted to do an exploding barbed wire death match and wanted
We
Sandman
cut
to
a
be his
promo
opponent.
for it. Yeah, we cut a promo for it.
And you did a press conference too.
Yeah.
And it never happened. Does Hack recall any at all from this?
Yeah, I remember it, and then I was worried about when before I signed the contract with WCW, I was like, ooh, I really want to do that bomb match with Onita, but then I'm like, nah, no, I want $5,000 a week for 3 years with WCW.
Well, you've told the story to us and on the show that you called Todd after meeting with Eric.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Todd said, "Yo, the bomb match ain't fucking happening. Go back and sign that fucking contract with Eric Bischoff."
There you go.
Yeah, you literally were like, you had the meeting with Bischoff. They offered you what they offered you, and you called Todd and said, "Dude, I really want to do."
I was in the limo on the way back to the airport.
I really want
Literally.
to do that bomb match with Onita, and Todd said, "The bomb match ain't fucking happening. Get back there and sign that fucking contract."
I love that story. That story's great, man. Because even though you're getting offered like
I still remember J.J. Dillon and those two were in the office together when I walked in. They're like, yeah.
Over a mushroom burger.
I love that though because like you're getting a dream job offer, but the mark in you is like, oh, I could do a bomb match with Onita. That's cool.
Todd told me I was. Thank God for it.
Bob from Broomall writes in,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Sandy, the seeds that won the race, and the quintessential stud muffin, Brian, I'll bounce you from Barney's quicker than my balls off your stepmommy's ass.
Bounce you from Barney's. Nice.
What is it about Shane Douglas that you think never let him succeed in WWE, WCW, or TNA? He could always talk better than almost anybody, and he could wrestle. Was he just a pain in the ass backstage? I love the dude. I always think of him positively. Thank you as always.
Well, when a person has a problem everywhere you go, it's
problem's
usually him.
It's the same thing with like if you always got a bad girlfriend, you know, or if you always got a bad roommate, it's probably you. So you're
Or
saying
like you're on a team, you keep getting traded, and you're saying everybody else is the problem. Like Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah,
or
Shane
whoever.
thought he was better than everybody
He's
else.
fucking off the deep end.
not Chase talking Brandon Ayuk.
I think at one
yeah,
point Shane might have thought he was like Ric Flair's level.
And
That's
Shane,
what I'm saying. Like when that happens, like,
Shane was a great worker, man, and he had some great performances. We've watched a couple. The match he had with Too Cold, and he's got one.
Work his ass off.
He's got one on this Heat Wave '96 show that we're covering next week. That's a great Shane
And he thinks
Douglas
he's
match.
the smartest guy in the room too.
Okay, that's never.
It's a combination of things.
Yeah, but I agree, Bob. He could talk his ass off. Like he was a hell of a promo.
He's smart.
And I mean,
he's on Tasha's Mount Rushmore for sure.
Him and Bigelow. and Tammy.
next week on the show, Heat Wave '96, our live smoke
He's
session.
going right away from me.
Hack is going
Let's go
down.
home.
Before we go, the cane of the week or the toast of the week?
You
Hack?
know the Kate of the week is the fucking soccer team. Fucking losers.
Losers.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside? All the planes have been